Yo, chap. It's good to have you guys. Right now, I am currently in AZ, and this is our fifth city. And I'm not gonna lie, the love has been insane, truly insane. ICC Mafia has truly shown out in every city. We've been to New York, Miami, Toronto, LA. Now we're in AZ, and we got so many more. And once again, this is all free. Like, this is just like me putting love and pouring love into the trading community and coming out of my pocket with nothing in return, coming out of my pocket to help everybody else. So the love that I've been getting so far has just been truly insane, and I want to keep building on this every single year. Next year I want to do like where we're all going on a trip inside of the city or whatever the case might. I just want to build something way bigger as traders, as entrepreneurs, as human beings, right? We go out and help other people together, right? I want everybody to remember that this is a family thing. This is a community thing, right? Don't look at this as like a lonely journey. So with that being said, whenever you can, however you can, if you can, come out to the events and show love and meet other people that are around you doing the same thing and trying to become the best version of themselves. Because a lot of people forget that, once again, we're all human, right? We're all trying to figure it out. So if that's the case, then why are we going against each other? With that being said, guys, I'm gonna jump into today's video, breaking down some things for you guys that you probably haven't seen in a couple of days, right? You've been kind of stressed out because gold hasn't been moving, or the consolidation in general is just messing you up, or you're trying to chase NASDAQ, because I see a lot of people have been trying to trade NASDAQ too. So I'm gonna help you out when it comes to gold. NASDAQ, stop chasing that. I trade gold. I've been trading gold for like a year now. So I would say like gold is gonna be my bread and butter. Gold is gonna be my bread and butter ever since I switched from trading NASDAQ. But much love to you guys, and thank you for showing love, real love. I am in a trade. I'm floating 344K, as you can see, if we can focus. There we go. 344K on that trade, and I just got in like probably like 3 hours ago. But you see how fast everything can play for you when you're just following the higher time frame. Like, I've been waiting since last week, Monday, Tuesday, for a trade, and we're going on Thursday this week, right? I trade probably like 4 to 5 times a month, and that's because price is really going to give you one move per week. Like, I've noticed from the past 7 months of gold movements, it'll give you one good setup a week on the higher time frame, and you can take that higher setup and just hold that setup. So now I could probably hold this for the next couple of days and be good for next week. So just remember that, bro. You don't have to trade 20 times every single day. One trade a week can really get you where you need to go, because it's going to be high probability, low risk, and then it's probably going to give you 1 to 4 plus. So with that being said, and once again, it's not always guaranteed, but because I know some people will run with that and be like, oh, he thinks it's 100%. No, it's not always 100%, because I took a loss last week. But what I will say is it has a high percent chance of winning. High percent chance. All right, so let me put you guys on game. All right. So first and foremost, this is the daily time frame. When it comes to gold, trading that daily 4 hour and 1 hour is going to be your bread and butter. So even then, you can take all this off, right? Because this is probably on your charts. You can take all this off, and these are the 4 you need, or these are the 3 you need, right? Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, right? A lot of people don't understand, whenever you're using the daily, the 4 hour has to match and the 1 hour has to match with the daily. So if we're looking for a bias, right? So if we take all this off and we're looking for a bias, the first thing I'm looking for is what is the highest point of the market currently, right? So that means wherever this price is at now, I'm just going to go from right here and find where is the last high that was created, right? That's going to be my biggest concern from this price. So if I'm looking at what's going on currently right now at this time, So 1154 for New York. If I'm looking at this time, where is the high that was previously made? Right here, right? All I got to do is move my finger up a little bit right here. So then this is very important to me, right? Because then this is the highest point. But also, when it comes to the daily time frame, it is good to kind of see what's going on. I've already peeped that price is broken under this level before, and I've seen the pressure that happened before. But I'm gonna just give you some notes that you can use for any time frame, right? Look at current price, find the high, and find the low, right? We can find the high and the low in these situations. That's how I would do it on any other time frame. But this is a play that y'all seen me call out for the past couple of weeks now, and I've just been waiting, right? I previously was trying to get into sales here, and then price ended up buying, right? I ended up losing that one. But now price is back under that level again, and I'm taking the same setup. But this time I can target that low that we was looking for before. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to bias, they never let everything correlate. In order to catch an entry, you have to let everything correlate together. So if I knew price at this price point has a low, and from this breakage, so from the break of this low, so as we see here, oops, let's go back and put this here. From the break of this low, right here, so low here, break here, it went down to this level here, right? So with that being said, every time price is under this breakage, I'm looking for it to target here. So now we're back under that level. The first time we went. Now, I will give it credit. It did come down and then it stopped here and then started to proceed to go up. That's cool. Because in my eyes, this is just price merely giving us a correction for another sell back down. And the reason why I think that way is because when price was selling off here, it ended up making a new low, lower high, new low, right? So now since we had this new low, I was looking at this as like, okay, well, if price makes a new low on that daily time frame, it's okay for price to have a correction that ends up grabbing liquidity. I took the loss for what it was. Price wasn't ready to move, but now price is back under that level. And I'm all looking back at it again because if price did not want to sell, it wouldn't have broken this level. Now, let's zoom in, because when I say that statement, these are times where price clearly showed that it didn't want to sell, right? These are times where price clearly, visibly showed us that it didn't want to sell, right? Came down, could have sold. Like you see how it's doing now? It could have did that here, but price said no and continued to go higher. It could have did it here. Price said no, we're not selling. Went back up. But this time price said, you know what? Let's sell. So now it's back under the level that it was on the daily time frame, which caused this movement here, which is currently why I'm in a trade when it comes to gold sales, because it's right back under a level where seller said, hey, once we break under here, we're going all the way down to here. Now, some people will have questions of, well, what happened if it gets here and stop? Okay, this is still a level of buyers. We can still take this, right? We can still TP this. So if you want, you can still TP this. Now, you're probably going to ask, well, why are you looking for down here if this is going to be your target? Because when it comes to ICC or just trends in general, don't expect every trend to continue, but also don't expect every trend to just stop, right? Let's say if price is on an uptrend, price is not just going to stop here just because. If it feels like it has more pressure, it's going to continue to push. Now, the reason why I think that it's going to be more pressure is because it is using this daily time frame level, right? Buyers were pretty strong here, right? Buyers were pretty strong at this level. So I know if sellers were strong enough to break past this daily level that made a whole uptrend here and made an uptrend here, if price has broken under that, if sellers broken under those buyers, this lets me know that sellers are way stronger than the buyers right now. So even when price comes here, I'm going to continue to hold my trade a little bit longer to see if price is going to break more, because I know how strong that movement is coming down, right? I know how strong that pressure seller is bringing in. Now this right here didn't cause too much of a struggle, right? Price came down to here, made a low, and then continued to press higher, but it wasn't as big as this movement, right? It wasn't big as this movement. It didn't cause as big as of a disruption as this, right? It was just a small movement up. Price stayed up there for a couple of days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Stayed up there for 5 days and then finally sold on the 6th day, so a week later. Right? So it only stayed for like, 5 days, and then price is like, nah, we'd rather choose to go back down. So in my head, all I'm thinking about is all the selling pressure here. I know that there's no buyers in the market, and that's the only thing that I need to worry about. A lot of people get so fixated on, well, what if it just randomly buys all the way back up? In my head, I don't see buyers in the market, right? I would rather take the loss than just fear myself out or make myself psych out when price is already telling me, is communicating with me that, hey, under here, price is normally going to go to here. Is it going to be 100%? No, but the probability is way more likely than buying, right? If price was above here, price could have made this, right? Boom, 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 and went higher, because it's done that before, right? It came down to this level, came up, retested, and went higher. See, came up, retested, and went higher. But price did not do that, right? Price is telling us under here, it's under here. I would rather take that probability. A lot of people have to let the markets communicate to you, because when the markets communicate to you, it's basically going to tell you what you need to do, and you just need to respond. When you respond correctly, you make money, right? Trading is not about the time that you spend on the charts. It's about how you respond to what the charts are saying to you. A lot of people think, oh, I just need the best. The market is telling you where your entry needs to be, right? It's telling me where my entry needs to be, where my exit needs to be. So whenever it comes to stop loss levels, this is fairly easy as well. If price is on an uptrend, or let's say in this case a downtrend, right? Prices need to follow structure rules. So we're going to call this our downtrend. This is going to be our downtrend. Structure is always going to follow the rules. Lower high, lower low. When a lower high is made, it's making a lower low. Anything above these levels is going to be invalid, right? Anything above these levels is going to be invalid. So in this case, if we're looking at price, let's skip down to the 4-hour time frame, right? Let's look at what we got. We have the highest point. It made a low, made a lower high, came here, did its thing, boom, 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 right? So here is what we have: the high, the low, the lower high, higher low in this situation, then makes a lower high, and then continues down. But the main focus here is this lower high, because price can even come back and retest in this level and it still won't be invalid. But the moment that price breaks above here, it becomes invalid. Now, you may be asking, why? Why is that invalid, right? This is invalid because this was a clear sign that price tried to come up, but those same sellers here, they sold price from here down to here. So they don't want to backtrack on anything. The moment they backtrack, that's a problem, right? The market doesn't want to go back in red, right? If it's sold here, everything under here needs to continue to press forward, right? The moment it comes back above here, everything becomes invalid. Seller's plan is gone, right? Now, with that being said, treat trading as it's talking to you, as communication. Stop treating trading as just like, this is how I feel, this is what I want, this is the money I have on the line.
I guess you could say self-pride, the ego, the fear. Like, why are you scared of something that's already giving you the answers, right? The market is providing you the answers. What are you scared of?